You saw your buddy post on Facebook, on Instagram, him bass fishing, fishing in general, and you want to take up bass fishing. Well, you came to the right channel, because in this channel, you will learn all kinds of stuff of how to go about it and how not to break the bank. I'll say that again, how not to break the bank.
Hey y'all, just wanted to let you know that that price there is no longer that price. It is $13.22 today in 2026. That was 2023. $13.22 is what it costs. Is this still a good deal? I bought mine, I still have them, about 5 years ago, and they were only 9 something from Eagle Claw. 194 pieces, guys. 194 pieces. Is it still worth it? You get all this for that price. 194 piece ultimate bass rigging kit. And this is the cool thing about this kit right here. If you turn it back around, if you've never bass fished, I think this is a great deal. Because not only that, it teaches you 3 rigs that will produce numbers of fish, and even big fish, big largemouth bass, smallmouth. But is this still worth it? Is this kit still worth it? I'm about to show you. I'm gonna put this down, and I'm gonna show you everything I grabbed, and then I'm gonna give you a price on it after I set it on this glass table here. Come on in. Imagine this. So we'll start off with the swivels. It says it's got 24 swivels, 2 different sizes. Yep, 2 different sizes, 12 each. That's 24. So there you go. Let me see, where's the other one? They didn't have everything, but that's okay, because let me get the other pack. There's another pack. So here's your 2 packs of swivels. Those are about under $2. There's your beads, right? On the Gamakatsu hooks, the wide gap, the extra wide gap, they only had Gamakatsu, so I had to go with Gamakatsu. So here's the wide gap, here's the round bend, and these are the bigger wide gap. So here's another 5. There's 2 packs of that. There's a 4 in between. This is actually the round bend. We'll keep these together. So there you have it. Here's another 5. So there's 3 5s. Here's another 3 right there. Your drop shot hooks, I grabbed 2 packs, so that's the amount that's in here. It's only 2 right in there. You can see them. So there's 2. And then I grabbed these packages right here for your weights. See these right here? And then they didn't have these sizes right here. They didn't have any more, so I had to get this size here of wide gap, a 3/0 and a 4/0 wide gap hooks to go along with this package deal. So you got your 3/0, another set of 3/0s, which would be right here, right? And a 4/0, which would go down here. So here you have it, guys. In the first row, oh, the swim baits. Where's the swim bait? Let me see. This right here. So if you add this in here, all this right here, if you buy all this, which is what's in this kit, the beads are there. The only thing that's missing is still the bobber stoppers, right? We're at about, if you get all this separate and not get the kit, the Eagle Claw 194 piece ultimate bass rigging kit, right? If you don't get this, remember the bonus. If you've never bass fished, this would be the bonus. 3 rigs that will produce, that are great. I've used them all the time, okay? I'll tell you the rigs: the drop shot rig, the Texas rig, and the Carolina rig.
This right here, what was it, 13 what? 13.22 without tax for that. This route here is about 80, 81, $81. You still need tax you still need your tax. You got to pay your tax on it. So, is this still worth it?
Hi, this is Blake.
Just let me know what you think, if it's still worth it. I think for the money, and you're just now starting to fish, you're just now starting to bass fish, this is the route to go. And right off the bat, you already learned three rigs that are lethal rigs for bass fishing, for largemouth and smallmouth. There it is. I'll flip this around if you don't see it the right way. I'll flip it around. But there's your 3 rigs. This is made by Eagle Claw. And it's the 194-piece Ultimate Bass Rigging Kit. I'm telling you, this will be something. But I wanted to let you guys know I bought this about 5 years ago. And I paid nine and some change. And you see what they are now, $13.22. So let's put all this back. So from Dreaming of Your Next Hook Set, till next time. So here we go, guys. The first rig I'm going to show you, let me turn this around, this old kit. I only got two left, as I told you guys. We're going to go ahead and do the drop shot rig. For this rig, it's recommended that you use a spinning outfit, a spinning rod. I'm more successful with the medium heavies, work fine for me, but if you really want to take it down a notch, you can. But the medium heavy rods work fine for me. I'm going to show you a spinning rod. What I use, I got these years ago. This is a Skeet Reese shaky head Cinco. It says shaky head, but you can do drop shot. It's just a spinning rod. And you can find you one at Walmart that'll work fine, that doesn't break the bank. It doesn't have to be a species specific or a specific rig rod. It doesn't have to be. You can if you want, but it doesn't have to be. So we're going to use this spinning rod. As you can tell, the big old eyes or guides. This is a spinning rod. This is about 7 foot. This one happens to be right here. Here it is, guys. It tells you the length. Maybe you can see it, maybe not. The line weight, the lure weight, right? Or what is that? Line? Yeah, that's line right there, I think. Yeah, because I'm looking at it from a distance. Okay, lure weight, right here. Lure weight, line weight, the action. Remember, this one's actually a medium fast. It says a medium fast, but I think it's more like a medium power, moderate action. That's what I think. But regardless, it says medium fast. Okay, it is a Wright and Miguel rod, spinning rod. It's very nice. You're gonna have to outfit it with a spinning reel. A spinning reel. You just take you a reel. This already has a drop shot weight in there. You take your spinning reel like a 2000, 3000. It'll work, a 3000. And a key thing that I will let you guys know, try to get you some braided line that is high vis. High vis works really good and it'll help you out. So let's go ahead and open this bell. Get this hook unhooked from here. There's a drop shot hook for you. Okay, let's get the line off of here. Well, I should have put it on the rod first. That would have been a little bit brighter for me, or a little bit smarter. Let's do this, guys. Let's pause that for a second. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna run your line through the eyes of your rod. That's what you're gonna do. As you can tell, I have a leader line tied here. That's just a uni to uni right there. You can go online and learn how to do that, or I'll make a video of how to tie that. Some people call it the blood knot. Basically, you tie you a piece of leader, a fluorocarbon. This Vanish is pretty good by Berkley. It doesn't have to be 12. It can be 6. It could be 8. For this type of fishing, a drop shot rig, that's what you would want. But it's up to you, whatever you want to do. If you want to do 12, 10, it's up to you. But you are going to have to learn this knot if you want to go from your braid to your fluorocarbon. If you're not yet ready for that advance, you can go right from the braid to your hook by using the Palomar knot. As you guys can tell now, you're gonna have to learn knots if you wanna use this method of fishing, the drop shot. This is the drop shot. So, as you can see right here, I came off my rod, right? My medium power fast action rod. Medium power fast action. I got my braided line, my high-vis braided line. You probably can't see it real well. There you go. It looks white, but it's yellow. The yellow, the reason that you want to use braided line, guys, is because you're going to detect it better. You're going to detect, let me correct that. You're going to detect the bite better. When you start fishing this method, you're going to learn a lot very quick. It's, when your line twitches or moves erratically or whatever, you're going to know that fish is on there. So anyways, here we go with the fluorocarbon right off the braid. I know the lighting's not the best, guys, because of those shadows back there behind me. But I'm going to do my best, okay? So here's your fluorocarbon line. What you want to do for the drop shot is you want to take your hook, this hook right here, right? So you take your drop shot hook of your choice. Like I said, they come in this kit. There's your drop shot hooks right here. Wacky Rig, drop shot, Wacky Rig. This says Wacky Worm, but they have drop shot weights here. So Wacky Worm, you can use a weight, which is a drop shot, or you cannot if you don't want to. But the way I'm going to show you is with the weight, okay? So here we are. Okay. So you take your line, and from the inside part of the hook, some people would call this the front, you run your line through it. Please excuse my shaky hands. You run your line through it, right? You leave yourself enough line, enough tag line, okay? And then you run it back the same way, right through there. And I'm gonna do a more in-depth video with some bigger lines so that you guys can really see it in another video. But then you have this right here. Oops. I think I'm gonna have to give myself a little bit more line. Let me see, yeah. Hopefully I don't run out of leader. Okay, so then you have this going on. This side is going back to the rod. This side I fold it over. You can see it right here. And all you do is tie a loop knot. You tie a loop knot like your shoes. Tie a loop knot, bring it through the hole. And then what you do is you got this number right here. You put your hook through there, right through there, like that, through the loop. And you start to pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Leave your finger there so it goes down, You can wet it a little bit if you want to. Wet it, and you'll have this number going on, okay? So now it's coming from the rod. You see the braided line right here, right there. It's going past the knot. You get to your hook. I know it's a mess, guys. You get to your hook, and you got this going on. What you want to do is take the tag end that's left over, right here. Let me see. Right here. And run it back through the eye one time. Through what people say the front of the hook. Run it back. Bring it down. Just like that. Right there. And what you got is this number. That's what you got. That's your drop shot, Wacky Rig. You can Wacky Rig that way. Down here, Down here, not the business end, not the hook. Down below the hook, at the bottom. Here's different drop shots. Now let me show you the kit. They don't have the round drop shots, but they got these. These are the same as these guys that I got right here. So what you do, these are designed, you see the design there? You don't tie a knot on it, on these. On these, you don't tie a knot. You just run the line through there. This is designed so that the line, so if you get hung up, you lose the sinker and not lose your hook and the fish and everything. If the fish takes you into something, you put it through there and you pull up on it. Right there. And that's what you got. Then what you can do, some people leave a little bit on there because it doesn't matter. The fish is not going to eat this. He's going to eat the bait. But I cut a little bit off. And what you got is this number right here. I don't know if you got to zoom out, but you got the weight on the bottom. Let's pretend this is the bottom of the lake. You got your weight on the bottom. Look at the rig. Look up. You got your hook up top, right? Go into your braided line, your high vis line, so that when your line jumps and the fish takes it, you automatically see that you detect it, right? So then what you do is you take your worm, just like this little one or a big one, whichever one you want, and you can simply either rig it this way. There's many ways you can rig it. If you rig it from the right into the left at an angle, you get this little rubber thing. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But then what you have is this going on in the water. That's what you have. Try not to move it too much. Just enough movement for the worm, not the weight. You don't want to be attracting nothing to the weight, but that's what you have. Another way of doing this that people do it is they use creature baits. I don't have one right now here, but what they do is they nose hook the bait. Basically, they go in. Some people don't do this, but some people are okay with it. They go in through the nose of the bait and right out. And what it does when the bait's not real big or like this in the water, it keeps this going like this in the water. Especially if the plastic you bought is the plastic that floats, it'll keep it like this. So while you're moving it in the water, zoom out. While you're moving it in the water, because it floats, it's going to move like this. It's going to move like that. And that's your drop shot rig, guys. Of course, you wouldn't have this on there. You know, that's your drop shot. Another little trick that you can do, okay? Another little trick is put it back the way I said, just like this. Go from one side to the other, left to right, it doesn't matter. And basically, hold on, I turned it a little too much. Okay, let me see. I'm probably going to ruin this by the time I'm done. Yeah. Oh man, my hands, I tell you. Just like that. You see all the action it's getting just by me moving it a little bit? Look at that. Imagine in the water. When you tight line, your line's going to be a little tight. The weight's going to be down here, right? Let's see. There you go. Imagine that, what it's going to be doing in the water. The best advice I can give you when you use this rig, you drag your weight if you have to move it. You don't pop your weight off the bottom. You don't do that. Drag it. That's the best advice I can give you. Okay? Now, these hooks here, they also sell them with swivels on them to where, it's I don't think I have one here. Oh, yeah, I do. VMC is the brand that sells these hooks to where it's more simple. You don't even have to do the polymer knot. You tie on the top your main line. You tie on the top your main line. And on the bottom, you put your drop weight. Basically like this. You see the weight right there? Basically, you tie the weight on the bottom and you tie your main line to the top. These are very nice hooks. But of course, these don't come in the kit. Those you have to buy. We're talking about, is this kit worth it? When you start thinking about buying all this individually, So there's the drop shot for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy that demonstration. And like I said, I'll get some bigger line and make you a better video later. Hopefully you like this video. Hopefully it was informative and it helps you out. This is the drop shot. Let's show it to you again. Zoom back out. There it is. And there's your weight on the bottom. That's your drop shot. Remember, key point, use you a braided line that's high vis so you can see that little twitch in the water when you're fishing. During that, you'll see that line bounce or pop, and that fish is on there. And you let that fish load your rod. That's why the medium power rod. Medium power fast action is good, but medium moderate action is better to me. That's in my opinion, guys. In my opinion, that's a better rod. And I really believe that this rod here, let me show you this rod again. I really believe that this rod is that because it bends pretty far back, but then I don't know. I don't know. Because I have a fast action rod for drop shot that's a little bit tighter than this. All rods are different. They're manufactured different. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, a nice spinning reel, a light spinning reel that doesn't weigh too much. This reel here, a 2000 or 3000, you're shining on the reel. A 2000 or a 3000 is fine. And like I said, guys try it out. That's the first rig I'm going to show you. Stay tuned for the next rig.